Let's talk about our preparations for pirouettes. So real quick before we get into things, I want to let you know that we're going to be working on traditional jazz pirouette turns. So pirouettes meaning in passé. There are other ways to get into pirouettes, but just for our foundation, we're going to go back to the basics. If you've done ballet, you'll notice that typically you're going to be turned out for your preparation. For jazz, we're going to stay in parallel, so keep that in mind. You want to have all 10 toes facing the front for the entire preparation. Let's start by having our feet about hip distance apart, and then swing back that left leg, and then plie both legs. Pause here. I want your center of gravity to be in the middle of both legs. Some schools of thought prefer us to be a little bit further forward, but I'm going to encourage you to be in the center. Notice that both legs are in a plie position. We're not quite at 90 degrees, we're not in a full lunge, but you are comfortably here, and you could hang out here for a while because this is your foundation of getting into the pirouette. Another thing I want to point out is I do not want you to be in a straight line with your feet. Notice that I'm already wiggling, trying to balance myself, and this is not going to serve you. Make sure that we start with our feet about hip distance apart, swing that leg back, and you keep it with some nice wide distance there. So again, we have our feet hip distance apart, swing back that leg, plie. Our arms are going to come out in opposition. So if we have our right leg in front, that means we're going to have our left arm in front, and we're going to have our right arm out to the side. They're at a 90-degree angle, we're pressing our shoulders down, and our arms aren't just along for the ride hanging out, they're part of the process. So make sure that they're nice and strong, and then come back together. Let's try that on the other side. So we have our feet hip distance apart. You're gonna swing back that right leg, plie in the center, bring your opposite arm in front and your other arm out to the side in a 90-degree angle. My center of gravity is between both legs. Perfect. So what I want you to do is just from time to time, step back into your preparation so you can get used to that muscle memory of hitting that position. So when we start doing pirouettes, you don't have to think too hard about where things need to go, and your body will start to remember where it needs to go.